We are now here with Caitlin and Leanne to talk about the possible world record being broken by the 13-year-old Bombay College student Siam Jintakarakat. He is cycling across Australia right now and is roughly halfway through his big journey. Over to Caitlin and Leanne to tell us more.
We're here to talk about 13-year-old Siam Jintakarakat. He is on his way cycling the 2,184 miles across Australia, and he's about halfway through his journey. He's done around 1,000 miles. He is cycling Sydney to Perth in conditions of blazing heat, humidity and swarms of flies. He is trying to beat a record of 44 days made by a young 11-year-old and is only aiming to take 32. This means about 90 to 100 miles a day. He is raising money for three great charities: Cornwall Community Foundation, RAC and Comic Relief. Siam began the cycle on the 2nd of March and is aiming to finish around the start of April. Siam has been constantly training every day with the support of his family and friends, and we wish him the best of luck. You can follow Siam's progress on his Facebook page, Siam's Circle Across Australia 2017. Here's an interview we had with him before he left. Why are you cycling across Australia?
Because I have a passion for cycling and I want to raise money for charity.
Do you think you'll break the record?
Yeah, I hope so because I've been training quite a lot.
Who is helping you along the journey?
My coach Bob and my mum.
What inspired you to take on the challenge?
Bob mentioned the challenge to me just after I watched Chris Froome win the Tour de France for the second time.
What are your feelings toward this big challenge?
I'm really nervous it's so close but excited at the same time.
What would you tell yourself if you're close to giving up?
I'd say that I've been training so much and it's not really, I can't really give up now.
What day do you leave for Australia?
The 25th of February.
And what day do you start?
The 2nd of March.
What day are you thinking of finishing?
Just after the start of April.
Here's a voice recording interview we done with him earlier on today. What are your feelings towards the rest of it?
Really excited because we're just before the halfway point, so I know that I can just get down and just get it done as soon as possible.
That's good. What's the hottest day you've had to cycle in?
41 degrees, as well as being really high humidity.
Oh my
So that was like a really hard day.
Yeah. What do you think the hardest day has been?
Definitely the first 2 days. First day it was like I just 20k from the finish, and I had one little thought of giving up because it was really hot, and I was thinking, what am I doing?
What did you tell yourself when you was close to giving up then?
Bob was like telling me how he coped in all of his endurance races, and that he spent 60 days doing long endurance stuff, and I was thinking, if I can't get through 27, 28 days, I'm still like a rock worth.
Alright, well thank you for your time, Siam. We wish him the best of luck and we'll follow his progress back to the studio.
We now come to you with a special report on how important the RNLI are and how a lot more lives would be lost if they didn't exist. Jack and Drew have more with a special report.
The RNLI are so important to our county of Cornwall because we live right next to the sea and the water is a very dangerous place. The RNLI are there to help you and make sure that you don't come to any harm. The RNLI get 94% of their total income from the donations of the life-saving stuff relies on the generosity of the supporters, but only less than 2% of the total funding comes from government sources. An example of such tragic event happened in September 2016. A man and his daughter died when they were swept off rocks at Fistral Beach by a wave. Darren and I managed to save them, but the father died on the beach and the daughter died in hospital a few days later after the incident. We spoke to a RNLI volunteer, Gareth Horner, about the important role of the organisation in Cornwall.
Why is the RNLI so important to the UK's coastline?
Well, the RNLI is important because it provides safety cover up to 200 miles offshore. It keeps people safe when they're at sea. The United Kingdom's got a statutory obligation under international law to provide safety cover, and the RNLI, although it's a charity, provides a huge part in that. We provide a certain amount of lifeguarded beaches. There are lifeboats strategically placed all around the coast of Great Britain and the Republic of Ireland as well.
How long have you volunteered in the RNLI?
Okay, I've been a volunteer with the RNLI for 43 years. I joined the lifeboat crew in 1974, and I came off the crew on my 45th birthday. That was in 2001. Since then, I've been a launching authority, and I'm now the operations manager.
What is your favourite part of the job and why?
My favourite bit is dealing with people, because I'm not allowed to go in the boat anymore because I'm too old. So I've got to sit and drive a computer. But for me, the best bit is dealing with people. It's the crew, and of course the people that we rescue as well. We've made some fantastic friendships over the years, and I'm sure that will continue. But the RNLI isn't just about boats. It really revolves around people. And yeah, that's the best part of it for me, Jack.
What is your best moment in the RNLI?
Okay, well, I think that my best moment in the RNLI was when I took part in a rescue at Whipsodary Beach, which is just up the coast from Newquay, several years ago, when there was a family cut off by the tide. They climbed a cliff to try and get away from the water. They were calling for help. Somebody on the cliff top heard them, but because it was foggy, they couldn't see the bottom of the cliff. They couldn't see the people. So we went out and searched for them. We found them eventually, and we had to go into a rocky cove where the surf was breaking in on the rocks, and we went in there and we had the people lowered to us by the Coast Guard on ropes. We eventually got them out through the surf and back to the safety of the harbour.
Do you think the RNLI will change in the future?
Yeah, I'm absolutely certain it will. In actual fact, it's changing already. In the last few years, the RNLI has become much more proactive in people's safety, whereas formerly we just reacted to the pagers when somebody dialed 999 and got into trouble. We would go out and rescue them, which of course we still do, and we will always do. But these days, we tend to be a little bit more proactive, and we're encouraging people to think about what they do when they go on the coast, to be much more aware. We provide education. The RNLI also provides lifeguard cover, mostly in the summer, but we provide lifeguard cover on the beaches as well. And there are also volunteers that help the lifeguards out as well during the off-duty times. And we've also educated the public. We have community safety plans, which we're using now. And we have partners in the community. So these are people who may have an interest in the work that we're doing, become trained to a certain extent in casualty care and in first aid, and they have access to the lifeguard facilities on the beach for the life-saving equipment so that they can be used when the lifeguards aren't working. So yeah, things are definitely changing.
What safety advice do you want to give to people about the coastline?
Okay, well, what I would like to say is please, when you're near the coast, make use of a tide table. Find out when the tide's going to come in. Find out how long it's going to be before high water when your beach is going to get cut off. Never go on your own. Always go with somebody. If you have to go at any time on your own, then do please let people know where you're going to go and what time you expect to be back. If you have a boat or any sort of sailing equipment, make sure that all your rigging's fine, that your engines are checked. Make sure that you've got a means of communication, and ideally for anybody at sea, that should be a VHF radio. Mobile phones are not perfect because you can lose a signal and the batteries can die on them, and you can lose contact very quickly. What we also suggest is that if anybody is going to go to the beach for the day, go surfing, whatever, do please, if there's one available, use an RNLI lifeguarded beach.
Thank you very much for talking to us. It's been very helpful. Thank you. Back to the studio.